ISU changed my life. It was the first university I went to that I actually studied at. I actually learned something. It's a self-help university. The more you put into ISU, the more you get out. Not just in your friends and your contacts and the network, but also the subject matter as well. Every single day, I use part of what I learned in ISU in my daily jobs. It gave me my job. It gave me my family. It gave me everything. But it's a commitment from the people who founded ISU to being able to contribute back today as being on the board of trustees and helping with the Isle of Man and at Mansat and contributing back into the university. It's just paying it forward. Typical Heinlein-esque approach. Heinlein would have loved ISU. I just wish he'd lived to see it.
ISU, to me, is the ultimate university experience. You know, I went to graduate school and studied and got a couple graduate degrees, but the experience that I had at ISU in those 3 months was far more impactful on my life than the 6 years I spent in graduate school and the 5 years I spent in undergraduate. To me, my best memories and best experiences are the ones I had at ISU.
96 different countries represented. Every time zone of the planet has an ISU person that's making something important happen. There's an excitement in 20 years that we know that we dreamed of transforming people's lives, and now we think we're beginning to transform the space sector itself with people who think internationally and can work interdisciplinarily.
Now, my name is Madhu Tangavelu, and I'm a ISU dinosaur from 1988 when we had the inaugural session. And I'm delighted that we are 20 years old this year. And I've been part of the program, watching them grow, watching them do the wonderful things, going to different countries and bringing fresh new talent into the program.
Well, I'm delighted that this is the 20th year that ISU is in operation. Not only because I'm a lover and enthusiast of the space sector, but because I'm also the chairman of the board of ISU. So it gives me a great pleasure, and it's a deep honor to be involved with this fine institution.
Well, ISU has been a really neat organization. I think it's really brought home that the international character of space exploration. It's helped inspire a generation of people that are now around the world, really in leadership positions in space agencies. We're on our way as a species out into the solar system, and ISU has been a key player in that.
My impression of 20 years of ISU is that it's wonderful, it's amazing, it's crazy, it's chaotic, less so today than it used to be. That's not all good news. The early chaotic stages of it had a certain zest and a certain total commitment to them, which today is a little bit moderated because it's now a little more serious. The people are older, everybody's older, including the students, more professional, not quite the way we were in the beginning, but it still has that spark. It still has that amazing, to me, unique characteristic of not being like any other school you've ever seen.
It's really been 20 years. It's an amazing accomplishment. To think of that it came from really the minds of 3 people that just had a crazy idea that they're going to create a university that was focused purely on space, and the idea of bringing people together from around the globe to look at all different aspects of space and try and understand how they could pull together that kind of a synthesis. And the fact that it has become, I think, a real recognized institution right now is an amazing testament to their vision.
Well, I was the law professor for the first ISU meeting up in Boston at MIT. And at the time, I thought that the idea of a university polarized around space, MIT is a university polarized around knowledge, but ISU is a university polarized around space, was possibly the most important thing that we could do. Because if we don't get the young people thinking about how to build our civilization off the earth, then it's not going to happen. I didn't expect it to succeed as quickly as it did. It's got a permanent campus. It has graduates. They're leading figures in major space programs, and it's only 20 years on. That's amazing. So I guess I'd have to say that there's a real possibility that ISU will become a major player in the next 20 years, to where it will form policy and its graduates will lead humanity into space. I'm looking forward to that.